Tiffany here of Tiffany Gordon Cosplay, and on today's video I'm going to be going over with you how I made the Master Sword from Legends of Zelda. And before we begin, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all of my cosplay tutorials. Now, let's begin. For this build, I used 2, 4, and 12mm EVA foam, Sharpies, an X-Acto knife and a box cutter, of course a cutting mat, Costools circle cutter, Costools hole drill, CPVC pipes size 1/2 and 3/4, a Dremel and sanding drums, epoxy, contact cement glue, and of course all the safety gear. And I created a 2D blueprint for the sword as well as the shield, and that is available on my website www.tiffanygordoncosplay.com, or see the link. To start off, we're going to talk about the blade, and for this I traced the shape of the blade onto 4mm EVA foam 2 times, as well as onto 12mm another 2 times, and cut it out with an X-Acto knife. I then applied contact cement glue to the EVA foam onto both sides that I wanted to attach, and this was both the 12mm EVA foam. Let them fully dry and then attach them together. Reminder with contact cement glue, always wear a respirator and be in well-ventilated areas. I then took my 1/2 inch CPVC pipe and cut it to about 3/4 of the length of the blade. I then also cut the length of the handle with the 3/4 CPVC pipe, and then roughed up the edge and applied epoxy to attach the handle part to the blade part for the CPVC pipe. This will be used as the inner bone structure of the sword and will also make it so your blade of the sword is not floppy. And you'll also need to wait a full 24 hours before the epoxy will fully harden to continue working. And after waiting 24 hours for it to dry, I then placed it on top of the EVA foam part of the blade and traced it where it would sit. And then using a box cutter, cut out that section, and then applied contact cement glue to the CPVC pipe as well as to the inside section of the blade, letting them again both dry before attaching them together. I then cut out some 4mm strips to fill the hole, and then covered it with the 4mm blade part we cut out earlier on top of this. This will make it so you no longer see the pipe on the inside. Next, I got my blueprint and traced onto the blade where I wanted to have the curvature start to go. And then with a box cutter, use this as well as a center guideline around the edge of the blade to remove this material. And then I went to my workbench and used a sanding drum to smooth out all of these edges. Now for the pebble part of the sword. I then cut out a lot of circles. For this, I used Costools circle cutter for all of the outer parts of these circles. And then for the inside part of the circles, I used Costools hole drill kit, their largest size, so that way this part, the CPVC pipe handle, will fit through all of them. And then I glued them all together with contact cement glue, stacking them one on top of the other. And then back to my workbench where I sanded all of the edges as well as made them go in towards each other if they needed to be at a certain angle. And then when they were all to the correct angles that I wanted, I attached them together as well as slid them down the handle part of the CPVC pipe, gluing them in place with contact cement glue. And for the star part at the very tip of the pebble, I cut out of 12mm EVA foam the side shape of this. I did this 4 times as well as I did a circle for the center, and then glued all of the triangle pieces to the center circle part and attached it on top. Now to talk about the details on the sword, and for this I used 2mm EVA foam. These are going to be for the side parts on the blade, traced it, and cut it out with an X-Acto knife. Once they were all cut out, I then traced them onto where I wanted to attach it on the sword, and then glued it with contact cement glue. For the diamond part of the sword, I cut this out of 12mm EVA foam, and then sanded it at my workbench. cut out a spot where the diamond was going to attach onto the hilt part and glued it in place. Now to talk about the side wing parts of the sword. Tracing each part of the wings onto 12mm EVA foam and then cutting them out with a box cutter. Splitting it up so you work in each one individually makes it a lot easier for you to sand and make it to the correct height, but it does take a little bit of time. And when they were done, I then could glue them starting with the inner section closest to the diamond wings, doing this on one side first, and then attaching it to the other. And at this point, you should have both of the wing parts going upward, and then you can go to your workbench and sand them so they're nice and flush together. And then repeat for the part of the wings that face downward. For the trifold detail part on the sword blade, I traced it with tracing paper and a pencil lightly onto the foam, and then used an X-Acto knife, piercing the EVA foam halfway through. This trick is cool because when you go back with a heat gun, the heat is actually going to open up those channels and make it so you can see it a lot more. The last part of this sword build is to do the lace-up part on the handle, and for this I used leather cords that I already had, but I highly recommend using 2mm EVA foam because that's a lot easier to do. But you can do it the same process by cutting them into strips and then gluing them to the handle with contact cement glue. The only other thing that I did before painting the sword, which will be in a different video, was to prime it using Plastidip, and for this I did 3 heavy coats. But otherwise, that is how I made the Master Sword from Legends of Zelda. And a big thank you to all of my sponsors here, as well as all of my members on YouTube, specifically my legendary supporters, and I will see you for our next video. Bye guys!